Hi there, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Today I have a trio of projects to show you using the Frosted Medallion stamp set from the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. This was my pick in November for my Stamp of the Month Club, and club members got a kit to make 2 of each of these 3 cards, so 6 cards total. And I wanted to show you how to make this horizontal center step card because it's a little bit special and a little bit different from the other cards. So let me put these aside and we'll get started. We're using a half sheet of paper to make this card, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to start with the cutting blade on our paper trimmer. So first I'm going to line up the cardstock at the 1-inch mark at the top, and I'm going to cut from 1 inch, I'm using the ruler here on the side, from 1 inch down to 5 1/4. So I've got one cut. I'm going to move it down now to 4.5. And I'm going to cut again from 1 inch on the side ruler down to 5 1/4. Now I'm going to take the cutting blade and move it out of the way because the next step we're going to be using the scoring blade. I'm turning the cardstock so the long edge is at the top, and I'm going to start with my cardstock at 1 inch, and I'm going to score from the cut line down to the edge, and again from the top at the cut line up. So I'm going to put it here at 4.5 inches and come down 1 inch and go up. I'm going to move it over to 2 inches and do the same thing. So I'm making score lines from the cut to the edge of the cardstock. Now I'm going to line the cardstock up at 4 1/4, and I'm going to score between the cut lines. So on my side ruler, I'm scoring from 1 to 4.5. And one last measurement, I'm going to bring this down here to 5 1/4, and I'm going to cut on the sides again, score from the cut line to the edge. So I end up with, let me get out my mark sheet here. Okay, so I first did the cut lines at 1 inch and 4.5 inches from 1 down to 5 1/4, and then I turned it and I scored, and you can see from the cut edge down to the edge, and then in the center at 4 1/4 I scored it between the cut lines, and then at 5 1/4 I did just the ends again. So now we're going to fold it up. And I'm going to start by folding that that first score line in, and then that one comes out. And you can see it kind of comes together. So that is the basic card shape for the center step card. Now the pieces to go on the sides, if you're going to use DSP or glimmer paper like I did, you want it to be 3 inches long by 3/4 inch wide. So you're going to need 2 of those, one for each side. And then here in the middle, my piece was 3 inches by 3 1/4 inch. And then the layer was just a little smaller than that, 2 3/4 inch by 3 inches. So you can see you can do this with any stamp set, any color cardstock. You can make some, use different designer paper here. So watch my blog for more samples of this horizontal center step card. I hope that you're inspired to try it at home. Thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping!